Hi, Coach Petrini here today to walk you through the P90X3 fit test. The fit test is essential to take before you even buy the program, just to make sure you're at the right fitness level to tackle this program. It is an intense, extreme home workout program, and you want to make sure you're ready to go. You're going to need a few items handy to do the fit test. You'll need a stopwatch to time yourself, a heart rate monitor if you have one. If you don't, that's fine. You can just take your heart rate manually. You're going to need a tape measure, weights, resistance bands, a pull-up bar if you have one, or if you don't, or if you're not yet able to tackle a full-on pull-up, you can do ones with resistance bands securely attached to a fixture. So there you go, let's go. First step you're going to need to take is to get your resting heart rate. In order to do this, just lie completely still for about 2 minutes. Then take your heart rate. If you have a heart rate monitor, you can simply look at the heart rate monitor after the 2 minutes are up. Or you can put your hands on your wrist or your neck, count for 30 seconds, and multiply by 2 to figure out what your resting heart rate is. After you've got your resting heart rate, take about 10 minutes to warm up. Do little light impact movements, walking, jogging, jumping jacks. Get a light sweat going, and then you can start your official fit test. Next, you're going to tackle pull-ups. You grab that pull-up bar with a wide grip, pull yourself up where your chin is above the bar, and then back down and do as many as you can. If you're not able to do a full pull-up, that's okay. Let's say if you get yourself a quarter of the way or a half of the way up to the bar, that's fine too. You can write it down. Being able to master a pull-up is not required to do P90X3. You can work your way up to it, or who knows, you may never even eventually be able to do an unassisted pull-up. Generally speaking, men should be able to do 3 pull-ups before starting the program, women 1. But again, if you're not able to yet, that's fine. It is not a deal breaker to do P90X3. After tackling your pull-ups, wait 1 minute before you do the next exercise. Next, you're going to do the vertical leap. First, you're going to stand against a wall with your shoulder against the wall. You're going to raise your arm straight overhead, and wherever that end point is, you will mark it on the wall. I'm doing it with a P90X3 sticker just because I'm cool like that. To get that recorded, you take 1 step back, you face the wall, you get ready to jump, think you're doing the jump ball. Mark that on the wall as well. To get what your vertical leap is, you will measure in between the point where you can reach the wall and the point where you jumped on the wall. And whatever that measurement is, mine is 7 inches, that is your vertical leap to start. Your vertical leap should be at least 5 inches. If you're female, your vertical leap should be at least 3 inches to start with. Rest 4 minutes before proceeding on to the next exercise in the fit test. The next exercise as part of the fit test is a push-up. You will need a folded up towel or a pillow, something that's going to be about 3 inches or so off the floor, and you'll use that to measure if your chest is going as close to the floor as it should. You will do them on your toes and do it to failure. Do as many as you can. Be sure to keep your body straight during the push-up with your hands at normal push-up width. If you are a woman, you should be able to do at least 3 on your toes. If you're unable to do any on your toes and have to be on your knees, you'll need to do at least 15. If you're male, you will need to be able to do at least 15 on those toes. Rest at least 4 minutes before going on to the next exercise in the fit test. Next is the toe touch flexibility test. To do this, you'll need to be seated on the floor, your legs straight in front of you, do not bend your knees, and you're going to bend forward at the waist and try to touch your toes, if not go beyond the toes. And what you're going to do to measure how this is, you're going to use a tape measure, and if you're unable to touch your toes, you're going to measure from your fingertips to your toes, and you'll count that as a negative. Let's say you're 2 inches away from your toes, your score would be -2. If you're able to reach beyond your toes, you will measure between your fingertips and your toes again with what's beyond the toes, and that will be a positive. Like, let's say you're able to go 1 inch beyond your toes, that would be a +1. Record your score, take 4 minutes to rest, and then go on to the next exercise, and it's a doozy. Next up is the wall squat. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, you're gonna get your back flat against the wall. You're gonna lower yourself into a seated position, quads parallel to the floor, sink into a squat, set your timer, and go. And you're gonna time yourself to see how long you can comfortably hold this position. If your butt is scooting to the floor, your legs are quaking, and you just can't do anymore, you stop, and that's that. You need to be able to hold the wall squat for at least 1 full minute. Next up is bicep curls. Choice of weight is very important in this exercise in determining your progress when you hit day 90. I would opt for a heavier weight. Think of something you typically max out with doing 10 to 15 reps. When picking your weights, men should choose a minimum of 20 pounds, women a minimum of 8 pounds. I'm going to use 12. Okay, to do your bicep curls, extend your arms straight in front of your body, and you're going to pull up and make sure that your arms are fully extended on the way down. You're going to go until you can't go anymore. Do not rock or cheat, and don't take more than 1 second in between rests, and make sure you're counting. You should be able to do at least 10 with 20-pound weights if you're a man, 10 with 8-pound weights if you're a woman. And once you're done doing your bicep curls and logging your results, you'll take 3 minutes before the next exercise in our fit test. Next up are in and outs. You're going to start with your feet on the floor, knees bent, hands on the floor, and you're going to pull your knees in towards your chest, and then your legs out without your feet touching the floor. And you're going to continue to do this and count how many you can do to failure. You should be able to do at least 25 of these bad boys. Once you're done with that, you're going to rest another 4 minutes before going on to the next exercise in your fit test. The last step in your fit test is what's called the heart rate maximizer. For this, you're going to do jumping jacks for 2 straight minutes, going at a quick and steady pace, and then hurrying up and doing balls to the wall for the last 30 seconds. Be prepared to measure your heart rate after that time, immediately after you're done with the 2 minutes, and then again, when a minute passes, another minute passes, another minute passes, and another minute passes. You're going to take your heart rate 5 times total and see how your heart rate goes down. And that is it for the P90X3 fit test. How did you do? If you like, you can email me at coachpatrina@yahoo.com and share your results. If you didn't do as well as you had hoped and you didn't pass certain aspects of the test, I would recommend maybe starting out with Power 90 instead if you want to do a home workout program. If you did fine and you feel confident, go ahead and order. I'll put a link to order the base kit below, as well as a challenge pack, which comes with a month's worth of Shakeology. As always, you can check out my website for more fun stuff at patrinahamfitness.com. Hope you enjoy that and hope you found it helpful. Take care.